see this kitten? Adorable, right? Do you know what's not adorable? Bumblebees. I hate bumblebees, and I'm terrified of them. They move way too fast for me, and all that buzzing is absolutely terrifying. If a bee gets within 5 feet of me, I will be running away as fast as I can. And heaven forbid it actually touches me. This fear of mine has led me to contemplate some things, like why do bees exist? Just for me to suffer? Well, it turns out that bumblebees are essential to our environment. In this video, I'm going to talk about what bumblebees are and the importance of bumblebees in pollination and biodiversity. Bees are insects and are very diverse with many species. According to the U.S. Forest Service, there's around 250 species of bees worldwide, with around 49 species of bumblebee in the United States. Bumblebees are round, fuzzy bees that make loud buzzing noises when they fly around. They live in hives, but they each do their own individual jobs that help support the unit as a whole. They are hard, diligent workers, and they rarely sting people. And most importantly, bumblebees play an essential role in our environment. One thing that bumblebees do that helps support our environment is they pollinate. So in the spring or the summer, bumblebees will help pollinate plants like this one to produce offspring. Pollination is defined by Penn State as the transfer of pollen from the antlers of one flower to the stigma of the same flower or another flower. Pollination helps plants produce offspring like nuts, fruits, seeds, and vegetables. Bumblebees, and bees in general, are some of the world's most efficient and effective pollinators, with bees in general making up for around 75% of the fruits, nuts, and vegetables pollinated in the USA. Bumblebees in particular even have a unique way of pollinating called buzz pollination. Buzz pollination is a special technique used by bumblebees to increase the efficiency of pollination. In buzz pollination, a bumblebee lands on the pollination site of a flower. It then rapidly vibrates its wings until all the pollen in the flower is loosened. The bumblebee then picks it up with its body and transfers the pollen to another flower. This is why you often hear bumblebees buzz a lot. Bumblebee pollination is essential to our environment. Without bumblebees, 9% of the pollinators in the USA would be gone. This would lead to a significant drop in the birth of new plants and in pollination. Along with this would be a significant drop in food and flower output, as without bumblebees, there would be less pollination and thus less offspring. You see this cat? You might wonder, how the heck did that cat get so fat? Well, she's been able to get this fat because of biodiversity. Biodiversity is defined by the World Wildlife Fund as all the different kinds of life you'll find in one area. And it greatly supports us as humans because it gives us a variety to choose from for foods, which is why my cat has gotten so fat. Bees, as pollinators, greatly support biodiversity. When a bee pollinates, they increase the biodiversity of an environment by spreading pollen and creating more offspring, which directly increases biodiversity. Without the biodiversity created by bumblebees, the world would have a lot of issues. The first is that animals would suffer. With less biodiversity comes less food and shelter for animals, causing them harm. Secondly, certain species would take over. With less biodiversity comes less variety, and with less variety comes less predation, causing certain species to take over other species. Thirdly, ecosystems would get weaker. With less biodiversity comes less variety, and with less variety, our ecosystems get weaker and are more susceptible to things like natural disasters. In conclusion, bumblebees are essential to our environment. Without bumblebees, pollination would drop, leading to less offspring of fruits, nuts, seeds, and vegetables, greatly harming humans and animals alike. And without bumblebees, we'd have less biodiversity, leading to less food and shelter for animals, less variety, and weakened ecosystems. So the next time you see a bee and get absolutely terrified and start to run away, remember that bumblebees aren't just here to cause you suffering, but are here because they are essential to the environment. Okay, so at the start of my video, I added a scary bee montage because I know people are scared of bees and I'm kind of scared of bees. So I wanted to be relatable and kind of funny to that. And I thought it'd be pretty engaging, a good engaging start kind of thing. And then I added text throughout the video to keep it more engaging and organized and clear what I was talking about. And then I added pets throughout my video to keep it more engaging because I know people like pets a lot. And then I changed locations in my video a lot to keep it more engaging into split up sections.